Couples one. Here I react to spooky and sports stuff. That's something you are interested in. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment. Let's hop right into these spooky stories, y'all. Now y'all better say hi to BB in the comments. Short for Big Baby. Big Baby gonna be here reacting with me because this stuff is scary, okay? Now the first story comes from Stephanie Curry. Let's jump right into it.
Want ghost stories? I'll give you some ghost stories. I was working night shift in a hospital. It's always on night shift. And this ward that I was working on was separated into a day ward and an overnight ward. So during the night, the day ward would obviously be closed. When I first got there, the day ward lights were still on. And once I kind of had settled my patients for the night, I saw the lights were on and thought, oh, I may as well go down and turn them off. This was around about 11:30. Go down to the day side, turn all the lights off and walk back down to the overnight side. As I'm walking down, the lights get switched back on. And this ward that I'm working on is in like the top far corner of the hospital. So there was no one else around. It was only me and one other nurse who was sitting at the front of the overnight ward. So I'm going, who is turning these lights on? I walk down to go check it out. I go down and there's nothing there. So I switch the lights off and go and walk back again. And you can guess what happened. Those lights get turned back on again. So I'm thinking, who is messing with me? I start to walk back down and then I realize that it's probably not someone on this side of Earth. So I run down and I tell the other nurse that I'm working with, and she tells me that everyone kind of knows about this ghost. Some people have seen her walking around and she wore a pink dressing gown. Someone needs to go through a hospital and just go and open all the windows and let the spirits out. It needs to be cleansed. So anyway, if you want more ghost stories, let me know. I do have a
Now let's get into some of these comments. Here are some of the people sharing their stories. It says, we had a little boy with a red shirt that rides a scooter in the closed ward, and when the patient has dimensions, they see him. And the other one, Becky said, the ghost in the maternity ward is in the hospital. I had my daughter. All midwife knew about it except them. I think that is quite interesting because even though they're not sharing their stories, they're sharing their stories in the comments. So we get more and more stories about like spooky stuff. Y'all comment down below y'all thoughts so far. Are y'all enjoying this new style? Thank y'all. Next up we have Sharita.
Those lights creep me out.
He said that flickering light situation, he didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I thought somebody was playing a joke.
But anyways, let's jump right into it. Y'all comment down below.
It's your favorite surgical orthopedic nurse, and it's story time. So I work at night. I've been a nurse for 4 years now. And I was told when I first started how we have a unit ghost. And she has been sighted, so yes, it is a lady. She's a middle-aged lady, and at least 2 of our older night shift nurses have seen her. I have not seen her, however. Still to this day, I have not seen her. But she makes her appearances and lets us know that she is there. So, one instance, one of my really good friends, Amanda, was charged. And everything always seems to happen when Amanda is charged and I'm there. It never fails. So Amanda was charged. We were both sitting in the charger's office. So the way that our unit is, there are 2 hallways. There's C hallway and D hallway. So we are sitting in the charger's office that's like at the top of both hallways, and it like connects. So we're sitting there, and she gets a call on her with Sarah, and then another nurse needed her, so she's like, hey, I'm gonna go check it out. And I said, okay, cool, I'll just sit here and finish documenting what I have to document before heading back out onto the floor. So as I am doing that, there were I think papers, or so there's like a file cabinet like where I was sitting, so there's like a file cabinet, and then there was stuff on top of the file cabinet. So like I said, it's just me in there, nobody else is in there, and like the door is wide open. Nobody else is in there. I'm by myself. And all of a sudden, there were like paper scraps that like literally just fell down and like startled me. And keep in mind, no gust of wind, no nothing. No nothing. And then after they fell down on me, then I looked. I was facing away from the door. So then all of a sudden, I heard the door slam shut. And I remember calling Amanda on my list there. I said, excuse me, I am never going in the charge nurse office by myself again. And I said, where are you? Because immediately no. So then I just calmly kind of opened the door and I went to where Amanda was and I said, never again. And to this day, I have never been in that charger's office by myself. But if I do happen to go in there by myself, I'm in there by myself for less than 20 seconds because absolutely not. I do not do ghosts. I do not do paranormal, nothing. See, the thing about black people, we don't do ghosts. We don't do none of that because, you know, like if something starts to pop off, we run first.
Her comment section, funny, it said, none of that. When I tell you I was gone, she funny. She said, that's right. We first, run first and ask question later. Y'all comment down, so y'all thoughts so far, if y'all enjoying this, do y'all feel like these stories are real? Now when it comes to like the nursing home stories or the hospital stories, I think they're kind of real because they ain't staged that place. They ain't let them spirits rest or none of that. They ain't even let them spirits go. So y'all comment down below y'all thoughts so far. Let's get right into it. Next up, we have Nurse Amber. What do y'all think so far of the new style of doing videos? I know just to speak about this, just a side note, I did get the reused content, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing everything a part of the guidelines. And if y'all not interested in me reacting this way, I'm sorry, but I have to. That's only how it's fair to me to actually get paid off of this and react with you guys. So, and I do a lot of hard work when it's come to this, but thank y'all for supporting me. I see y'all going crazy in them comments. I see y'all going with the subscribing, but let's get back into it. Nurse Amber is next.
Hey everybody, so I'm sitting in the car waiting on my son to get done with band practice, and since it's coming up on October and I love spooky stuff, I love paranormal stuff, thought I would share a nursing ghost story with you real quick. So most of my career, probably 99%, has been long-term care, skilled nursing, long-term care. And this was actually recent. I was working the skilled floor at the facility I was at before the job I have now. And me and 2 CNAs were in the COVID unit. Well, the thing is that unit is locked down, so it was just the 3 of us. I'm standing at my med cart. 2 CNAs are doing last rounds. We were on night shift. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. And I see what looks like one of my CNAs, we'll call her D, run into a room. So, of course, you know, she never did that unless something was bad wrong. So I took off after her. I get in there and there's not a single person in the room. The room did not have any patients. D was nowhere to be found, and the other CNA, we'll call her K, was down at the other end of the hallway. So I come back out and I'm looking around and I see D come out of a room with K at the end of the hallway. The hair on the back of my neck and my arms and everything stood up. It scared me so bad. I called D over and told her and Kay what had happened. And D starts freaking out. She's like, oh my God, you saw my doppelganger. I was like, I guess so. I said, because it looked just like you running into that room. And it scared me to death when I realized that the room was completely empty. So that morning when I was giving report to the nurse taking the unit from me, I told him about it. And he's like, I'm telling you, some strange stuff happens here. He said, but I've never had a doppelganger happen. I was like, well, keep your eyes open. I was like, because it ran into, and I told him which room, and he started freaking out, of course, but hadn't seen anything like it since. But yeah, it was one of the more scary things I've had to deal with.
Now, I didn't even get to get Amber comments, but we're going to get into the clock comments. I forgot to actually put those in. It says, let me help you, bestie. Why are you running? And then somebody said, I thought they reset during time changing. And I thought so too. So I don't know if that's creepy or not. Y'all comment down below y'all thoughts so far. And I'm going to be back on here with some more spooky stories.